Welcome to Miller's Monsters. We're going to take a look at Hellraiser 2022, now available on Hulu. Before we get started, please take a minute, hit that bell, hit that subscribe, hit that like button so you don't miss any upcoming reviews, top 5 lists, and a zombie monster tournament where I'm going to rank 14 zombie movies, and we're gonna pit them up against her one by one until you pick who the winner is. The story goes that Riley, a recovering alcoholic and drug taker, and her boyfriend go to a warehouse that he knows has been abandoned to see what is in this crate that has never been taken away. And what they discover is the puzzle box. And Riley goes back, gets kicked out of her house. Quick story, and accidentally activates the puzzle box, and now she's linked to the puzzle box, and starts by accident at first, sacrificing people to the puzzle box. What we learn in this story down the way that her boyfriend was really in on the scheme the whole time. He was employed by a man that originally owned the puzzle box and had taken it to the full configuration and asked for immortality or pleasure or sensation, and ended up mutilated by the Cenobites, and he's trying to get them back to correct what they were doing. So this leads them to a house that has been designed to capture the Cenobites, so he can capture them and demand his to undo what they had done. And throughout, people are accidentally cut by the puzzle box, and then the Cenobites show up. Gradually, you see more and more of the Cenobites with each kill, and to the finality, where I ain't gonna spoil it, where she finally gets to the final configuration and then can choose, her choice. She makes her choice, and then they go on. She goes on her merry way. Her boyfriend at the time, who tricked everybody into this, ends up dying. The man who originally owned the puzzle box ends up dying. There's a lot of dying, but in some really nice, gruesome ways. But it's not about the story for me. It's about Pinhead and the Cenobites. In this iteration, Jamie Clayton takes over the role as Pinhead, played beautifully by Doug Bradley, and I thought she did a really good job with it. The makeup is fantastic. I love the new take of Pinhead and the Cenobites, and sometimes it was hard to tell what they were saying, and that took away a little bit because it's kind of an echoey voice from Pinhead and Cenobite. Hellraiser 2022 is a take on Clive Barker's 1987 classic Hellraiser series, and that was a really good series. Got kind of long in the tooth near the end, but it was always fun. When people would find that puzzle box, solve the puzzle, and I always waited for the Cenobites and the priest to show up, and as the priest, I'm referring to Pinhead. This take, changed things around a little bit. We have a female Pinhead, or the priest, who I thought did an excellent job, and they did kind of a modification to the puzzle box where it needs a sacrifice, and with every blood sacrifice it changes its configuration, and so you have to, I think it's 5 configurations that you had to go through to get to the final configuration where you got your choice, and you could big power, love, knowledge, or an audience with the god itself. Not the god, but the god of their universe. So overall, I thought this movie was well done. The effects were great. Like I said, the new make on Pinhead and the Cenobites were fantastic, gruesome. Even at the end, there's a little shot of creating a Cenobite that I thought was wonderful. I just want to describe it in every gory detail, but I can't because I know many of you probably haven't seen the movie yet. I think it held true. I think it's one of the better films in the Hellraiser series. Doesn't match the original. Doug Bradley, was the embodiment of Pinhead through that series, but Jamie Clayton, I welcome her version of Pinhead, and she even snuck in a classic line at the end that we have such pleasures to show you. And I hope that this continues the series, and we get to see more of her as Pinhead, and I'd like to see more of the creative team's take on the Cenobites. So if you like what you saw, please give me a like, hit the bell, a subscribe. We have many things coming, zombie bracket, how the Warrens influenced the horror genre, and I give this a definite 3.5 out of 5, and a must see. Thank you, and I will see you next time.